Okay, no problem. So I don't think I need to explain to you how an alphabet works. So I'll just explain to you the Sumerian cuneiform system and how it differs. Sumerian cuneiform was much more complicated than the system we use today, but much less efficient. And even in this video, it's probably going to become very apparent to you why we favor the alphabet today. So the classification of Sumerian is like this. Sumerian used a logosyllabic writing system to record an agglutinative language where words were built from chains of morphemes. With a bit of luck, you're going to understand what all of this means soon. So what does logosyllabic mean? Unsurprisingly, it means the system uses logograms and syllables. A logogram is a sign or morpheme that represents a whole word, like king. In Sumerian, that would be read lugal. Logograms are basically pictograms that have become more abstract. And this is what the Sumerian language actually evolved from. And it's actually very apparent with the sign for king. If you look here we are at Sumerian. If you go forward in time, it becomes more abstract. If you go back in time, you can see its pictographic form, a man with a crown, like we can see on this real life example. Now, what is a syllabogram? A syllabogram is a sign which is just used for its syllabic value and has no grammatical function. But this can be a little bit problematic for Sumerian because technically every single sign in Sumerian can be used as a logogram and therefore a morpheme. And most signs can be used as a syllabogram. For instance, if we take the word for universe, Anki, this is made up of An and Ki. So universe, Anki in Sumerian, is a morpheme made up of two syllabograms, An and Ki. And many words are made up this way in Sumerian. However, every sign in Sumerian can be used as a logogram. So if we were to take these individual signs, An and Ki, they have their own specific individual meanings. An means heaven or sky, and Ki means earth. Now, these are being used as logograms and morphemes. Other examples of syllabograms are Anupta, which means quarter, Kiang, which means to love or beloved, or they can be used to build names, like the name of the ruler Gudea. Sumerian uses a tiered system, which basically looks like this, which ultimately work together to form sentences. So if I pull up a full sentence for you a second, and I'll just point out the agglutination that way. So here we have a prepositional noun phrase. This is a very basic sentence, but here we see everything working together, and it says the king of the four corners. If we examine this, we can see a logogram at the beginning, that's lugal, the king. We have three syllabograms making up the morpheme anubda, which means corner or quarters, and lemuba is the agglutinated word of two morphemes. Lemu, which has the biauslau, which means four, and then a on the end is the genitive case marker. In English, we'll call this the preposition, or quite simply, of. So, Sumerian uses morphemes, logograms, syllabograms, and agglutination to build words and form sentences, which all works together. There is a lot more to the grammatical system, but that is the very basic bottom tier that you need to know.